Today is February 12th. Welcome to Big Book Daily. My name is Rob. I am an alcoholic. It is a thrill, honor, and joy to be here with you as we journey through the Big Book of Alcoholics Anonymous and the 12 Steps and 12 Traditions. Today we're going to be reading Chapter 10, to Employers, pages 144 and 145. And we're also going to be reading the 12 and 12, Chapter 6, Step 6, the first half of page 67 today. So with all that, my friends, let's get right to the Big Book. Now, if you'll recall from yesterday's reading in the Big Book, we were talking about how the employer, the narrator of our chapter is talking about how an employee or anybody who's suffering from alcoholism needs to understand that overcoming alcohol is not just a physical change, but it's a change of heart. That's the root of the matter here. And we will continue on page 144. To you, some of the ideas which it contains are novel. Perhaps you are not quite in sympathy with the approach we suggest. By no means do we offer it as the last word on the subject, but so far as we are concerned, it has worked with us. After all, are you not looking for results rather than methods? Whether your employee likes it or not, he will learn the grim truth about alcoholism. That won't hurt him a bit, even though he does not go for this remedy. We suggest that you draw the book to the attention of the doctor who is to attend to your patient during treatment. If your book is read the moment the patient is able, while acutely depressed, realization of his condition may come to him. We hope the doctor will tell the patient the truth about his condition, whatever that happens to be. When the man is presented with this volume, it is best that no one tell him that he must abide by its suggestions. The man must decide for himself. You are betting, of course, that your changed attitude plus the contents of this book will turn the trick. In some cases it will, and in others it may not. But we think that if you persevere, the percentage of success will gratify you. As our work spreads and our numbers increase, we hope your employees may be put in personal contact with some of us. Meanwhile, we are sure that a great deal can be accomplished by the use of the book alone. On your employee's return, talk with him. Ask him if he thinks he has the answer. If he feels free to discuss his problems with you, if he knows that you understand and will not be upset by anything he wishes to say, he will probably be off to a fast start. In this connection, can you remain undisturbed if the man proceeds to tell you shocking things? He may, for example, reveal that he has padded his expense account, or that he has planned to take your best customers away from you. In fact, he may say almost anything if he has accepted our solution, which, as you know, demands rigorous honesty. Can you charge this off as you would a bad account and start fresh with him? If he owes you money, you may wish to make terms. If he speaks of his home situation, you can undoubtedly make helpful suggestions. Can he talk frankly with you, so long as he does not bear business tales or criticize his associates? With this kind of employee, such an attitude will command undying loyalty. The greatest enemies of us alcoholics are resentment, jealousy, envy, frustration, and fear. Wherever men are gathered together in business, there will be rivalries and, arising out of these, a certain amount of office politics. Sometimes we alcoholics have an idea that people are trying to pull us down. Often this is not so at all, but sometimes our drinking will be used politically. One instance comes to mind in which a malicious individual was always making friendly little jokes about an alcoholic's drinking exploits. In this way, he was slyly carrying tales. In another case, an alcoholic was sent to a hospital for treatment. Only a few knew of it at first, but within a short time, it was billboarded throughout the entire company. Naturally, this sort of thing decreased the man's chance of recovery. And that's all we're going to read out of the Big Book today, my friends. We'll get right back to that in just a second. Alright, and now we've been journeying through step 6 in the 12 and 12. And the 12 and 12 was talking about how some of these character defects, how hard they are for us to let go. Because we love the impulse of them and things like that. As a matter of fact, the last paragraph it says, what we must recognize now is that we exult in some of our defects. We really love them. Who, for example, doesn't like to feel just a little superior to the next fellow, or even quite a lot superior? So they were talking about that quite a bit. We're going to pick up our reading on page 67. We're going to read the first 2 paragraphs. But how many men and women speak love with their lips and believe what they say, so that they can hide lust in a dark corner of their minds? And even while staying in conventional bounds, many people have to admit that their imaginary sex excursions are apt to be all dressed up as dreams of romance. Self-righteous anger also can be very enjoyable. In a perverse way, we can actually take satisfaction from the fact that many people annoy us, for it brings a comfortable feeling of superiority. Gossip, barbed with our anger, a polite form of murder by character assassination, has its satisfactions for us too. Here, we are not trying to help those we criticize. We are trying to proclaim our own righteousness. All right, that is a good stopping point for today. While this is fresh, self-righteous anger, I heard this saying from a friend a long time ago. Sometimes it's better to be happy than it is to be right. Even though we might be completely right in our anger, it can be destructive, and it really doesn't help anyone. Trust me when I say that. I'm a married man, and it really doesn't help. And gossip barred with our anger. We've all probably been around gossip before, maybe even partaken in it. It can do a lot of damage, a lot of character assassination. Gossip's everywhere. Every job, I've seen it. For me, the best thing I can do is just kind of avoid the whole situation, or be the guy that tries to change the subject. Because anytime I would participate in any gossip, I just felt guilty afterwards. Never made me feel any better. And now that we see it in both of these books, I think I'm not the only one. And going back to the big book real fast, it's kind of related to what we were just saying. The greatest enemies of us alcoholics are resentment, jealousy, envy, frustration, and fear. So for me, this is a great checklist of things. Am I being resentful today? Am I jealous of anyone? Am I frustrated? Am I fearful? And for me, I just have to give those to my higher power and keep moving forward. And he will take it from me. Now, sometimes I'll take it right back. But thankfully, the God of my understanding is pretty patient with me. But anyways, guys, that's all we have for today. Thank you so much for joining me in this lifeboat of recovery. As I always say, I don't speak on behalf of AA, NA, or any other organization or sect. I am just a recovering alcoholic. I am just a guy. And it is a thrill, honor, and joy to be here in this lifeboat. And with that, I hope you all have a great day. And I am looking forward to seeing you back here tomorrow.